The nosy mother-in-law picked up a cup, a strong liquor with 54% alcohol, then turned around and gave it to her 6-year-old granddaughter. The innocent granddaughter was tricked by grandma, drank the whole cup of white liquor in one go, then lost consciousness from alcohol poisoning. The woman was extremely anxious, drove her unconscious daughter to the hospital, got stopped by traffic police halfway for a drunk driving check. She hadn't drunk any alcohol and the test showed 0. The meddling mother-in-law deliberately started trouble, asked if the police detector was broken, also seriously said her daughter-in-law had been drinking. The traffic police immediately became alert. The woman quickly explained she hadn't been drinking, said her mother-in-law was just joking. She turned around anxiously saying her daughter needed urgent medical care, told her mother-in-law to clarify things to the police, to stop talking nonsense and delaying help. The husband also blamed his mother for making things worse. At this moment the mother-in-law still thought it was fun. She pointed at the woman's flushed anxious face, and her constantly shaking hands, insisted this was how someone looked after drinking. The police asked the woman to get out for further checks to be safe. Watching her daughter's breathing grow weaker, the anxious woman again said she hadn't been drinking, said her daughter was unconscious from alcohol poisoning, had to get to the hospital right away. Her husband was drunk and couldn't drive, only she could. Just then her daughter's condition got worse, fainted completely. Even in this emergency the mother-in-law kept insisting, said both her son and daughter-in-law were drunk and couldn't drive. People nearby noticed something was wrong with the child, gradually started to believe the woman, told her to take the child to the hospital first. Seeing this the mother-in-law said she was just lightening the mood because it was too tense, joking around to make everyone relax. The traffic police seriously criticized the mother-in-law, said such things should never be joked about, then quickly let the woman take her child to the hospital. When the woman opened the door to get in the car, the mother-in-law suddenly changed her story again, loudly said her daughter-in-law really had been drinking, also said she was covering for her earlier, said the woman smelled strongly of alcohol. The police stepped forward and smelled alcohol on her, had to take the woman to the hospital for a blood test. The nearly broken woman quickly explained, said she had just accidentally spilled liquor on her clothes. The mother-in-law, to make the joke seem more real, ran back to the car and secretly used AI to create a video of the woman drinking alcohol, then angrily played the video in front of everyone. When everyone saw this so-called evidence, started blaming the woman again. Seeing everyone believed it and her daughter-in-law would be taken away, the mother-in-law then acted innocent, complained everyone was taking the video too seriously. At this point the woman could no longer hold back, pointed at the person with 6 fingers in the video, shouted loudly exposing the fake evidence. She cried and begged the traffic police, said she could take a blood test to prove her innocence, but begged them to save her dying daughter first. The police knew the child could not wait any longer, immediately agreed to send her to the hospital first. Then everyone rushed to the hospital quickly. After her daughter was taken into the operating room, the woman finally felt a little relieved. Then she went with the police for a blood test. After the test, worried about her daughter, hurried back to wait outside the operating room, but saw something that made her desperate. The mother-in-law actually refused to pay for the 5,000 yuan surgery fee in the hospital lobby, also cursed the hospital for scamming people, said a kid would be fine after drinking some liquor and sleeping. The woman learned from the nurse her daughter's alcohol poisoning was damaging her brain nerves. She ignored her mother-in-law and planned to pay herself, but the mother-in-law blocked her from paying, swearing non-stop. The woman couldn't take it and slapped her mother-in-law hard, shouting that if anything happened to her daughter, she would make her pay for it. She ran to the payment window and handed over her bank card, but was told there was no money left in the card. The woman froze and didn't know what to do. This card held all the couple's savings. The mother-in-law walked over proudly, said she told her son to transfer all the money to her yesterday, saying she was afraid they would spend money carelessly. In her eyes this surgery was a waste of money. The woman was still angry at her mother-in-law's shamelessness, but the doctor brought bad news. Her daughter, because of this series of ridiculous jokes, closed her eyes forever.